Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Everyday Psychic Radio. Healing guidance and readings for everyday people just like you. To find your way to your highest self and living your best life. Featuring psychics Jennie McDaniel and Stacie Martin. And your host, Drew Pillow. Hello, good day. Welcome to welcome to Hey, this is Everyday Psychic Radio. I'm Drew Pillow. I'm in the studio with Jennie McDaniel and Mandy Elam, and they are hella talented. And I'm going to be the facilitator to connect the listeners to the talented ladies of the hour and a half today. So, ladies, for listeners who aren't familiar with you, any newbies in the house, please introduce yourselves now.
Sure. Mandy, do you want to go?
You go first. I'll follow you up, sister.
All right. I'm Jennie McDaniel, and I do a variety of psychic work. I like to channel. I like to take a look at past lives or parallel lives and heal emotional constructs that have been created because of these existence. It's all part of the plan, nothing wrong with it. And I also like to do energy work. And if you were near me, I would do a massage on you. So I'm a body worker as well as a psychic worker as well as an energy worker. And how about you, Mandy?
Yeah, I'm Mandy Elam. I'm an alchemy sister with Jennie McDaniel. We have our podcast here on Heart Over Ego Radio. And then I also am a spiritual teacher and an empowerment coach. I do readings, so I mostly connect with a soul's higher self and angel team to make sense of what's going on now and why. And then I also offer weekly, bi-monthly or monthly empowerment sessions to help people along their spiritual path and healing process.
Yeah, and I'm Drew Pillow. I'm your host. Talking is my game, and I'm the reason that people like Jennie and Mandy exist, to help help you find your lost way. Yeah, because we're not as lost as we think we are, and it's not as hard as we might tell ourselves it is. Sometimes we just need a little bit of information and some energy work to get things flowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm the everyday, and they're the psychics, and you're on the radio. I'm sending out shares to social media so we can get the phone lines popping off. Usually we have a ton by now, and right now we don't have a ton. We just have a few. So while we're waiting on the phone, the switchboard to populate, how was your ladies' weekend? And is there any special topics that you guys want to discuss today?
My weekend's been excellent, and as far as topics, I'm open for discussion. Mandy, can you think of anything?
Yeah, I always love, right now we're right in the middle of the last Mercury retrograde of the decade and the year, which is pretty cool. And we're also coming up onto a full moon, and I've noticed there's just been a lot of heavy energy and sensitive energy and kind of radical decisions within my clients over the past couple weeks, and I see it in my friends and family. And so I always like to pay attention to kind of the current energy and what's happening there and what we can do about it.
Yeah, I like that, you brought up Mercury retrograde. It's very interesting that you have some clients making erratic choices and kind of intense choices, considering often Mercury is a time when you don't do that. Now, I'm not into all the dogma per se, but that's generally what an astrologist will say is kick back during Mercury retrograde, don't make any crazy decisions. But again, I like to live on the edge, so it's cool your clients are making some radical choices in the middle of what they call a retrograde.
Totally. And it really depends on your own birth chart, too. I've been learning a lot from our friend Jen Edwards, who's an astrologer, and it really depends on kind of where you've come in and how you are going to match up with the planets and moons and whatnot. And, with Mercury retrograde overall, it's just nice to maybe not buy a house or move or do contracts because it interferes with our technology and communication, and something that should be like, oh, quick, easy, we'll sign this, we'll sign that, can sometimes get drug out a lot longer. So I think it's always more of like a rest, retreat, recalibrate, replan, focus on those things so you don't have to worry about technology and all the planets kind of interfering and making what should be maybe simple or feel good more complicated.
I must be always in retrograde with my Mercury because I see communication and technological problems on the daily, no matter what time of day or where the moon is or where the planets seem to be. So I think I just got bad luck with technology. No, I'm kidding. It's just I
I'm right
like
there
to learn
with
it.
I'm not a huge fan. So, I mean, I am. I'm grateful for it. It brings us all together.
Sure.
But it also takes a lot of my energy because it doesn't come intuitively or naturally to me. And we always all want to do, things that come more naturally to us. It makes sense. And I always remember reading about Louise Hay learning how to type and do the computer and all that. And she's like, I'd sit down and I'd learn her and her process. And like she was her own kind of sovereign being and machine. And like I had to adapt from my intuitiveness to her, and it was pretty funny. So I always think about that when I'm struggling. I take a breath, and I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Hey, I'm laughing because now you guys are on the other side of the table because the things that you say, hey, if you just do this and you need to start a regimen of doing this, and it's different and it takes practice. But then so from my angle, if I just practice and I'm dedicated to it, I might be able to be like you and, flip the script. Like, I love technology. I have too much of it. I'm probably radiating my brain as we speak. But, yeah, and it's so easy once you get the hang of it. So I feel like the world is balanced now. Thank you.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. But, you mentioned, I don't know, is that a human thing that we just want to do what comes naturally versus take, you put a little bit of energy into pushing and changing the whole dynamic of what's natural? We can make a new natural, right?
Absolutely.
So is everybody lazy or is it just me?
No, humans, we want to skip to the chase. I remember about 8 years ago, I was talking to my teacher. The human's name is Black, and the entities are called O'Brien. And this is, I don't know, maybe it must have been about 8 years ago. And I was like, O'Brien, can you tell me the one thing that's going to accelerate me the fastest and get me where I want to go? And he goes, you humans. He goes, I see why you don't want to do it. It's hard. But no, there's not just one thing. And of course, he was right. And I had to put in time and efforts and feel things out for myself. But yeah, of course, we want that easy flip or switch. We want it to be easy all the time. It's just not the design of it.
Yeah. And if we just did the work, it would be easier. I know because I'm in school and it's getting easier. Good. As the semester comes to an end, I'm finally getting the hang of it. So.
It never fails, right?
Then you'll have a month off and you'll go back confused.
Oh yeah, it's going to be even more not easy next semester. But so Mercury retrograde. So that's the time when we should expect, technology to not be so cooperative. Is that what it's all about? One of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rumor has it that's how it works. It kind of interferes with our ability to communicate with ourselves, with each other. It's a time that you can physically feel heavier energy and density, I think, in the planet. So a lot of the really elemental people and sensitives often complain about like flare-ups if they have any issues or feeling, maybe like really tired or having a hard time sleeping, things like that. And, supposedly it's because there's so much energy going on and our higher selves are also connecting with us and downloading things and all kinds of stuff's happening. So I've just been taught in my studies and teachings that it's a nice time to reflect, like practice all of your re's for retrograde. So reflect, reorganize, replan, rest, retreat, refocus, kind of take time to go within and communicate with yourself mostly because outside communications can sometimes just be a little more strained.
Yeah. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So when we do retro, so it just makes sense that turning backwards or appears to be turning backwards, and it's going to kind of askew things. I think that it's interesting, astrology across the board. It's a deep study. I know people who do it for lifetimes and are just moderately good. It's a really vast study. So I like to I think Jen Edwards has even called it, I like fast food astrology. I like the quick snips because I'm not going to delve in full on this lifetime. So I like the little pieces like, again, Jen Edwards will call fast food astrology. For example, I said this exact thing to her. I'm like, so I've heard that if you're dating, you might want to know your potential partner's moon sign because that's the one you're going to be exposed to. And she's like, well, that's fast food for astrology, but it can represent certain things. So I think what Mandy was saying earlier, it just depends on where your chart is when these retrogrades or what have you come in and how you're affected. So again, it's so big. It's just nice to have an idea of what it is. And I tend to not follow astrology as much as some other healers simply because, again, it's that whip band. I got 9 fires burning at once, and I just don't have a lot of time to absorb that information. And I'm not a real big rule follower. So anything that's just chock full of do's and don'ts, I'm like, I'll leave that for someone else who can hash that out.
So you said moon sign.
Mm-hmm.
You said dating, so you caught my ear.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're dating, or you're because we get a lot of calls from people that are dating or wanting to date.
Sure.
So let's just, for argument's sake, so they should be at least have some concern about their dates or potential dates moon sign. If that's not the same as your regular zodiac sign?
No, your regular zodiac sign would be your sun sign. And again, I don't know a lot about all of this, but I definitely know about the trilogy and Mercury and the big one, Saturn and Jupiter. But if whatever your sun sign is, your kind of basic attitude, and your rising sign might be how you are in a new situation or when someone first meets you. And then your moon sign is how you are in the evening and your emotion side. And that's the trilogy. So I like to, again, I'm not a study, so I'll just go with the fast food versions. Just for fun, I like to know what people's trilogy is because it's entertaining and it often lines up. For example, I'm an Aries, so I'm fiery and energetic. I have a Cancer rising, which is the nurturer and healer and mother, which I tend to have that sense about me when people meet me. After they get to know me, they know I'm not domestic or motherly at all. I tease. And then and then my moon sign is Capricorn. They dig on business, and I've been an entrepreneur since I've been 14. So mine lines up perfectly for me, and I'm always interested and curious to see if others people, for example, Mandy is you're a Sagittarius, right, Mandy? And you've got a Taurus rising with an Aries moon.
Cool. So close. Sag sun, Cancer moon, Taurus rising.
Excellent. Yeah. So Mandy's got Cancer in her moon, which the moon, the moon or the planet that is represented with Cancer is the moon. So she's like a double emotion space in there. So that's really intense and awesome. And then of course she's got that Taurus, which is definitely going to be a driving force to pull her through difficult times. For example, they're the most stubborn of all the zodiac. And again, this is the fast food version. They're the most stubborn next to Aries, which is my sign. And one time, Jen, the astrologer, was like, she heard about mine and Mandy's trilogy, and she's like, you guys are getting shit done. And we're like, yeah, it's that earth sign. She's got Taurus, I've got Capricorn. Very commonly healers have a bunch of water signs and air signs and don't get a lot done. So she was impressed with that. But we'll have to look yours up, Drew. If you
I just did.
Did you? What is yours?
I went to astrocal.co.uk.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
it doesn't tell me the rising. I think
they might call it ascending. They might call it ascending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, what they told me is that my moon is in Sagittarius, but the description is so perfect. I'm like, that is me for real.
Read it if you can, if you will. Yeah.
Cheerful by nature, love a good belly laugh. Skip that.
Cherry pick. Clearly, I'm all the good things.
Natural. Well, it said you can be the fire which warms the heart of your friends and lifts them out of gloom and despondency by illuminating the positive side of the situation. Natural teacher, preacher, or prophet. I'm just hitting highlights. Open and candid. I can be abrupt because of my inner impulsive impetuousness. Strong belief in ethical conduct. Dislike of deceit or underhandedness. Thrive on having a belief system which I'm proud to identify with. Need not be a particular religion, but whatever it is, you must always be aware of becoming self-righteous, fanatical, or judgmental.
True. Does it tell you where your Mercury is? Since we've been discussing Mercury, does it tell you, it'll often list all the planets, and next to it would be your sign in that planet?
No, I don't see that. It's
okay.
just
We'll look another time.
One takes a little over 2 days to move through but that's cool though, because people kind of go with the fast food, really fast food zodiac, like when Mandy said Sagittarius, I was like, ew. Because I have some people that were Sagittariuses that I didn't like, and I'm like, so now all Sagittariuses are under the bus, which is
oh my
not
God,
really.
everybody has that, don't they? I hear that all the time. Oh no, they're an Aquarius. Nope, no Aquarians for me ever. Mm-mm.
Right.
You know what the most hated zodiac sign is Drew's, Scorpio. Everyone has it out for Scorpio and Virgos for some
Why?
reason.
Wait a minute. I thought that Scorpios just had like a reputation of just being like, just really hypersexual.
They do.
Yeah.
And that's why they hate us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I can't have you all the time. Oh God, I hate you. I know. So sorry. So sorry. Right. Yeah. But I think, so you think that Scorpios are the most hated zodiac sign? Maybe we should poll the listeners. Mm-hmm. I think the most hated zodiac signs are Taurus and Sagittarius.
And then is this personal, or have you done some research over the years?
No, it's personal.
Straight opinion.
Wait, what's their sign again, Jenny?
Aries.
See, Aries are so cool. I always get Aries. That's crazy. Yep. So, okay.
I'm a Sag, so you hate me. No.
No. Because you know what I have learned? I've learned that fast food zodiac signs, from my understanding, fast food astrology is like each sign has the pluses and it has the not pluses. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's kind of like you evolve. You can be this minus plays, but as you work on yourself, you evolve and you become the more positive attributes of that sign. Mm-hmm. Because those same Sages that get on my nerves or have gotten on my nerves in the past, they're like super productive people. And they're super caring, and they're very intelligent and very helpful. Mm-hmm. They just will help you to death. And it's like, would you please stop helping me? Thank you. So, but that was then. This is now.
I was that girl for sure.
You used to be that girl, did you?
Oh, yeah. I was like president of this committee and that club and volunteering and running around helping all the time. And, oh, yeah. Definitely. Via my sun sign, I'm sure, and cultural conditioning and hidden traumas that made me go into that kind of mechanism. But now, I'm still in the helping arts, so I think it's a part of me, too.
And it's your East Coaster, too. The East Coasters, they go. They are full on, full blast, tend to be anyway. Mm-hmm.
I think you've ascended. I think you've alchemized the any of the not pluses into pluses now. So they should have another name for it though, because just the attachment is like, oh my God. The word.
I've had the same thing with Virgos. I've had several of them close to me in my life, and the amount of expectation and control that comes from them makes anxiety come up in me this day. And it's not intense, but I can feel it rising when I think about being around Virgos, because I'm an artist and I can be tidy, but sometimes I'm not as tidy as other people, I guess we'll say it. And the Virgos take it personal that I don't have the same tidying mechanism in my head that they do, and then that creates a strife with me and Virgos. Not every single time, again, it depends on where their moon and rising and where their ego is and stuff, but that I have ran across personal issues with Virgos because we just can't get along, because I'm too kicked back and they're too kicked forward, and it doesn't merge, and we just irritate each other.
Now, is that personal or is that?
It's personal.
Okay,
personal.
There we go.
Hey, that's all we really have is our own personal perspectives always, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes down to it. We're each our own little sovereign being down here exploring this Earth school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have to just stay open-minded because, I can't throw everybody under the bus because of the, some past experiences. I might meet a Awesome Sag. I might meet another one. I met one. I might meet another one. So if you're a Sag, I love you anyway. Let's grab a couple callers. The phone line is starting to populate. So here's the rules, callers. We appreciate you listening to us, Everyday Psychic Radio, Jennie, Mandy, and Drew. And as we advertised, we give you free readings, so you can ask a question, make a comment. We give you 5 minutes. We try to be strict with that, but we never hit the mark. So to maximize the time, your time, introduce yourself and ask your question right away so we can get busy. And if you're listening on the internet and you would like to participate in the call-in process, just dial this number, 323-642-1188. 323-642-1188. That was probably too fast. But anyway, if you have a pressing matter or something personal, you can connect with Jennie and Mandy, and we'll give you their contact information in just a minute after we take a couple calls. You can also visit everydaypsychicradio.com. Go to our webpage. Click on some buttons like whatever. If you want to be a VIP and jump ahead of the line because you got it like that, you can pay a small fee, call it a donation or whatever, and you can be first and you can get the extra deluxe, more than 5 minutes. And that's all the rules and the things that I needed to say. So let's get it started. Let's take this caller right here. Hey, they're from my area code. I'm not going to pick them first because that would be favoritism. Let's take this one. But I'm picking them second, though. 631 area code. Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Suzanne. I just wanted to see if you saw any changes coming up.
Hi, Suzanne. While we're getting the energy sorted out here, is there anything in specific that you'd like to look at? We have such short amount of time that if you want some more specifics, you could ask a more specific question. Or do you want to take an overall glance?
I'm working now as a teacher aide, but it's pretty far away. I'm getting tired of driving back and forth, and I put a lot of applications out. Do you see me getting another teacher aide job soon closer to home?
Yes, absolutely. They're doing green lights, and this is absolutely within your reach. Just keep punching the spot. It'll come through, meaning just keep putting the applications out, moving the energy, keeping your eyes on other jobs. They're saying less than a month. So again, keep pushing that one button and it will manifest for you. They're saying you're very hireable. You've got excellent integrity as well as work ethic and skill. So you are very hireable. They're saying excellent that you're working in that community situation as a teacher's assistant. They're saying your energy is fantastic for those kids, so we're just beaming you with some white light because you give so much. We're just giving you a little bit in return, and I'm going to hand you over to Mandy to see if she sees anything.
Okay. I do, actually. I pulled a few tarot cards for you for what this transition is looking like. And we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of, thinking about making more money, holding on to things that you have right now, followed by the Four of Pentacles, which is like, if you look at the card, she's like holding all of her possessions and thinking about what to do next. Then the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Cups. So getting more money, lots of happiness, good things coming. Are you looking forward to your holiday season too?
Yes. I wish I had a boyfriend to celebrate it with him, but yes.
Oh, I know. You pulled the Four of Wands, though, and they're showing a lot of, heartfelt, good, happy times coming your way. And it's more kind of like that good friend, sister, soul sister type energy. I'm not so sure if romance is coming quite yet, but that is lining up for potentially winter and springtime. But right now they just want you to focus on your friends and family and having fun and getting a little creative. And your angels want you to know you are protected. You are absolutely going to be able to have a bigger income and switch things over the way that you want to. And while you're transitioning, just stay in gratitude, and try to receive and stay present and focus on you right now too. It's all going to work out fine.
Thank you, Suzanne. Okay, does that resonate with you?
Yes, I'm hoping I get something soon. I mean, there's only so many schools near me, so I put out all the applications I can,
Mm-hmm. And then if it doesn't move as fast as you want it, that's your cue to stretch the search a touch. And we know you want to be closer to home, but even if you have to just go a little bit out, that will open up the options too. So just keep flexible. The universe is willing to give to everyone.
And I might as well stay where I am. If I'm going to have to travel, I might as well stay where I am.
Well, then if that's the big shift, if that's what you want to change, then absolutely keep hitting that spot, and something will open up around you. Again, if you want it to go quicker, you can expand the search. But if you're sticking close by, you'll just sit and look pretty and keep your job and look pretty, and then wait for something beautiful to pop up. So it looks like you've got the intention. And if you want to pull in a boyfriend, they're saying it's the same process as finding a job. We hate to compare the two, but you do have to put your application out, i.e. get out there.
I have been.
Okay, keep it going. It'll fall in.
Keep it going.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it.
Thank you,
All
Suzanne. And if you look for a boyfriend, stay away from Sagittarius. That's all I got to say. No, I think they say stay away from Scorpio. Is it Scorpio men or is it all Scorpios? What's the rumor?
Well, I think it's just the water sign in your guys' sting. I think that's the kickback of getting stung by the Scorpio. You'll hear it stated that way, and so you guys are quick to be emotional and open up and be that typical water sign, but quick to shut it down and give a little ego sting. Again, pros and cons to each sign, and Aries have been noted to be like that too. Like we're considered even vulgar and rude sometimes, and I'm like, I can get like that, but mostly I'm nice.
I would totally like to know what Bo Mycadelic sign is. Just side note. So
we should find that out. I kind of think about that movie Wedding Crashers with the girl with the red hair who's like the stage 5 clinger.
Stage 5
clinger. Have you guys seen that?
I don't remember that movie.
Well, it's funny, and she's like this girl, and in the movie she's like after Vince Vaughn, but it's like super super sexual, but then super emotional, and like completely like controlling everything with her emotions and whatnot. And I always kind of think of Scorpios when they're maybe a little out of balance like that. So if you guys had seen that, I thought you'd maybe giggle, but it's kind of that energy. That whole like maybe stage 5 clinger, super emotional, like, oh my gosh, I met you, I'm totally in love with you, I want to be with you forever, or like, oh my gosh, you had to work late tonight, like, oh no, that's taking away time from me. Sometimes it can highlight like insecurity, and you can't help it. Sometimes, it's just because you love so fiercely, but I think that's why sometimes the Scorpio overall genre kind of thing gets that reputation at times.
Oh my God. I can feel some of those things. I would like to say they're like in my past, but hopefully they are. I'm a little bit biased. Bo Mycadelic's birthday is March 18th. I'm sure he would appreciate being a topic of discussion on our show, but
Pisces.
I don't know what that is.
I was going to say Pisces. He is very sensitive, so yeah.
He's a
I like that.
too.
Mm-hmm. He sure is. He's very sensitive. Hey, we're going to be doing a show together, so get ready.
Want to tell us about it a little and our listeners?
Well, I don't know much, but it's coming. I know this. We're going to be in an asbestos studio because it's going to be fire, and we don't want nobody to get hurt. Let's grab another caller. Where's that caller from my area code? Let's see who this person is. 937. You're on deck. What's your name and what's your question or comment?
I'm with Jennie. Screw a big bag of Virgos.
Here.
That's another Bo. That's a different Bo, but it's Bo. Bo McCephas. Bo McDaniel.
Yes.
You have a hey. That's
I'm sorry, I broke the rules.
I'm gonna pitch him for the other show too.
Me too. He's guy on the list. I was just writing it when you got the idea.
So Bo, ask us a question. I'll give you a reading myself.
Oh Lord.
No.
Well, the last time that I called. Do what? So the last time that I called.
Or I said, okay.
Jennie said something about possibly getting some romantic stuff was coming down the lines. And so
I remember.
I have been seeing and talking to this girl, and here's the thing, I like her a whole lot and stuff, but she likes me a whole lot, and I'm kind of getting that stage 5 clinger thing going on.
Red alert.
And I'm kind of just dating right now, So yeah, I guess do your work.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad you called. Cephas or Bo, however you want to call him, he's our good friend, and calls into the show sometime. And I do remember specifically reading that for you. And hell, I remember specifically reading several years ago when you were asking about the relationship between you and your ex-wife. And I was saying, gosh, I said what I said, but point being, let's take a look at this situation. Yes. So now what they're suggesting, and this is going to be big growth on your part, even though she might be the more codependent, this is going to be your responsibility as the less codependent one of the group. And you say to her very kindly and tactfully, I'm interested in dating and enjoying the space. I was in a very long relationship, and I'm being honest with you so that you can make decisions based on what you need. If you need something yesterday, then I'm not the man. But if you're willing to sit and hold space with me, I'm enjoying this, we can move it forward. So that is going to be big healing for your throat chakra, and then it's going to take a load off because it looks like it's weighing heavy on your mind because you are a kind individual who cares what people think and feel around you. It's empathy. You're an empath. So what they're saying is use that throat chakra, put up healthy boundaries. If she can't respect them, you say, I respect you and your time. I enjoyed it, and I bow out heartfully. So this is where they're saying this is where you're going to start really building muscle around getting boundaries around all different types of people, whether it be partnership, friendship, or relationship. So you're doing fantastic. Your spirit guides are saying, congratulations, you've already broke through a ton of karmas, just what you've done in the last year, let alone what you're going into now. So big spiritual lessons. It looks excellent. So again, if her ego trips and says, well, I just want to spend more time with you and I just really like you, you can say, well, this is not where I'm at and I appreciate you. So if you want it to continue, we can have it look like this. And if that's not good enough, again, I appreciate you. Enjoy your life. So they're saying this is really going to tell the universe what you do and don't want. And before you know it, you'll have manifested someone that only needs a little work instead of a ton of work. I'm kidding. We all need a ton of work. But Mandy, are you picking up anything for Bo?
I am. Hi, Bo. I'm excited you called in.
Thanks.
I'm picking up actually quite a few things for you. So this might be kind of like the fast food version, but I pulled a few angel cards first, and it's saying that, first of all, trust your vibes. Your intuition has grown quite a lot as you've been trying to center yourself. They're showing you've had a lot more balance and self-love and self-care, and these are new things you've explored over the past year or so. And they're saying with that, your intuition increased quite a bit. So what you're feeling right now with this relationship is pretty dead on. There is going to be, you also got synchronicity. There's going to be some synchronistic events that happen that is going to really drive home the truth of this situation. And you'll have an opportunity, like Jennie was talking about, to really clear your throat chakra and say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm available for. These are my boundaries. And if this works, great. But if it doesn't, then I'm so sorry. This is just how it has to go. And they're saying overall, you need to make choices based on what your heart wants most and not what anyone else thinks or might think, and to make some really healthy choices. And I also pulled some tarot cards. You got the Ace of Swords, which is kind of an external battle coming your way, the suspended person, not really sure what to do, like with this relationship. Should I move forward? Should I not? Is this feeling too constrictive, or is this feeling free? If it's feeling too constrictive, then we got to make a choice. And you got the Ace of Wands, which is standing in your power and really making a decision based on what's best for you. So it's very much ball is in your court with this, but they want you to trust your intuition. And if that means, releasing the relationship or growing with it, either one is actually going to turn into a really nice outcome because you pulled the Sun card. So trust your intuition, and it's okay if you so choose to gently let people down.
Damn, that was nice. You know what I thought when he said that he was detecting the stage 5, level 5, class 5 clinger. I thought he was talking about himself, like he was starting to feel clingy to that girl. I was taking it the entirely the wrong way, huh? Who's the clinger, Bo?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm still like going through the divorce stuff, like court stuff's coming up, so that's like, that's really kind of stressful. And then like this, it's nice, but there's some, I don't know, like I feel like I've got myself in trouble before, like not like putting up boundaries and saying stuff. And I kind of feel like I'm kind of falling into that now too, to where like somebody's wanting to kind of eat up a lot of my time and stuff. And I'm like, it's pushing me away, but like, I do like her, but yeah, I guess that's kind of all. There's like a lot of stuff going on right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I even hear you clearing your throat, doing a little bit of internal work on that throat chakra, moving the energy. So yes, you can apply this to every part of your life, friendships and partnerships, business-wise, what have you, or healthy boundaries, and being kind and tactful with them. And if they trigger, that's their karma. The ball's now in their court. They have to eat that up if they want to heal.
Yeah, and your karma, Bo, is just to stand in your power and speak your truth and make decisions based on what your heart wants most. This is I see a lot of energy and feel it like around your heart chakra, and this is a big opportunity for self-love and self-boundaries and to follow your intuition. And you know it, and that's why that first what card came in, the trust your vibes. Your angels are pointing back to you and just saying, like, you feel this and you know this, and you're like, oh, I've been growing, and I recognize these patterns, and they didn't really serve me before, and they might not have been the healthiest. Jennie and I have done that. Drew's done that. We all do that in our growing way, and it's just an opportunity to step up and to be more in alignment with what our soul is asking for us. And it doesn't mean anyone or anything is bad. It just means it's not in alignment for us at this time.
There you go. We appreciate you, Bo.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Bo's birthday is July 30th. What sign is that? Is that Taurus?
When is it?
Cancer, Leo.
Oh, Leo. July 30th. That's Leo. Ew. No offense, but ew.
He's got a problem with fire signs because Leo's our fire sign and the Sagit's a fire sign. Maybe he's got a problem with fire signs, although he appears to like me, and I'm Aries and other fire signs. So we just don't know.
Yeah,
and Leos are also, they're like, with their fiery, they like to be boosted up. Like, they love compliments. If you've got to do business with a Leo or work with a Leo, like, always approach it first with, like, a compliment. Like, so this is going really great, and I'm so proud you did this. Can we maybe incorporate this or try this, too, and add that in, too? I've come to learn that, people who have a lot of Leo in them like that little bit of fluff because they are sensitive and prideful.
You're doing a fine job, Bo. Lend me $20. So let's go on to another caller. Mm-hmm. Her name is Anne. I believe that's her name. She's calling from 858. Let's see. 858. Is this
hello.
Anne?
Hello. Thank you for taking my phone call.
Okay. What's your question or comment today?
Well, I have a question about my daughter, if that's okay to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's looking for a job. It's been a while, a couple of months, I think, and she has an interview this next week. Do you think that she will get this job, or there will be better or more opportunities?
Well, I do see something moving in that space, but first they're having me work on you because it looks like your nervous system and your stress and your anxiety is creating stress on your body. So that can come in the form of fatigue or lymphatic issues, adrenal issues. So what they're saying is we're just going to do a little bit of energy work on you because your worrying has created, again, a too heavy of an energy. So I'm just starting at the crown chakra and doing a lot of quick wiping, and suddenly there's about 16 spirit guides next to us, and they're really holding space for you because of your heart energy, they're saying. So we're just clearing off the crown chakra. I'm going into that third eye, and I'm opening it up and moving the energy because it's clouded with stress. So they're saying you're viewing things wildly skewed because of the emotions that are sitting in your body. So again, should you be concerned about your daughter? Yes, concern is different than worry and fear. Worry and fear carry a heavy, destructive energy at the end of the day. Now, just because you experience that doesn't mean you're going to get sick, but over time, our adrenals and nervous system can't handle it. So they're suggesting really alchemizing this stress into curiosity. So this is what they're suggesting, as opposed to, oh no, is she going to get this job? It's been a couple months. We need money or such. Look at it like this. There's a job coming up. She's got what it takes. I'm going to beef up her confidence and tell her she's pretty or whatever she likes to hear. kind of maybe even play around in the space with her and say, what if they ask you this? What if they ask you this? Because they're saying, we can't tell you what that person's ego is going to pick. What we can do is tell you that they're looking for energized individuals who want to work hard for their company. So just relay that information to your daughter and tell her to put on a good show. They're saying she's a good worker and can show up for it, but they're saying do it like a performance, because it's kind of what it is and what they're kind of expecting. Don't go overboard and start quoting Shakespeare, but being very personable and in tuned. And so that's what they're looking for. So if she can show up in that space, then she'll get the job. If someone does it better than her, then they'll get the job. But it's all about that energy exchange. So clear your worry and stress, and just simply use your throat chakra to move through the anxiety and say, are you preparing for this interview? Are you lining up other jobs in case you don't get this one? That's productive concern, as opposed to, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm going to hand you over to Mandy and see if she sees anything.
Hi, Ann. I do actually. I see that your daughter, the first card that I pulled was the Eight of Pentacles, so that's money coming in, which is really nice. They're also showing me she might have an opportunity to choose between more than one. She might even get called for another interview at some point if she hasn't applied. If she does apply, then she will get called for an interview. But if she has already applied for more jobs, she might be getting another call. And they're showing a choice. And I think she will be able to be employed pretty soon. And then also the Page of Cups. And they're showing not necessarily a new romance for her, but a new level of self-love and self-security, like Jennie was kind of talking about. And they're showing that it would really help her right now while she's just trying to get balanced and release being afraid of not having work, to honor her feelings. Maybe do a little journaling, a little meditating each day, something just to bring her to feel more grounded and less nervous, and nourish her energy so she can go into this new job and chapter feeling more balanced, because she is going to get a job. It's coming her way, and it looks like some decent money, and the angels are just encouraging that she take care of herself and feel balanced before starting that new chapter.
Oh, that's really
there you
great.
go, Ann.
So you will think that she may get this job that she's in interviewing on next week, or it will be another job?
It's looking promising from what I can see, that this one, that they are going to like her, but then it's looking like she'll also maybe have another opportunity or another interview, and then she gets to choose. So it's really about her and picking and choosing which one feels the best for her. But it looks like employment isn't going to be a problem in the short future.
Oh, that's great. And Page of Cups, actually, she is looking for a new boyfriend, too. So
yeah, I think that she's going
to
find herself a little bit before a new boyfriend. I think it's more about, they're showing, instead of a new romance, it's more about a new level of romance within herself, and loving herself a little more, treating herself a little bit better, and then the right partner will come along to reflect that. Because they're just showing like a new level of self-worth and self-love, or maybe even some suitors coming her way and her saying, you know what, like I don't really feel like I'm interested, and choosing herself at this time. So she's definitely doing that work, but it's going to start in the self-love department first.
No, that's
all right, and
we're
perfect. We appreciate you so much, Ann.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, oops, I'll just be cutting people off. I'm so rude. That's that Scorpio in me. But it's halfway. We're at the halfway mark. Is it okay for us to do our commercial now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we are. We're going to just do our little commercial just to give you guys the news, the good news that we are part of the Heart Over Ego radio network. And by network, I mean a collection of really amazing shows that you can catch right here on this same channel throughout the week. We're here on Sundays, but if you come back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know all the days, but the commercial will tell you all that. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Heart Over Ego Radio. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you go on your smartphone and you go to whatever app store and download whatever podcasting app you like, you can type in Heart Over Ego Radio, and you'll be able to listen to our shows on your phone, on the go, at your convenience. We appreciate that. Check out this cool commercial, and we'll be right back. You are listening to the web's #1 choice in spiritual growth and development. This is Heart Over Ego Radio, a network of shows to provide you with healing and guidance to improve the quality of your life. Check us out on Sundays with the Everyday Psychic Show. Mondays is the Alchemy Sisters. Tuesdays, Radical Spirituality. Wednesdays is Know Thyself. Thursdays, Transcending Love. Fridays, Rain Radio. This is Heart Over Ego Radio. Check us out on the web at facebook.com and Blog Talk Radio. Chakra. So we're back. We are back, and we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Have you guys seen any good movies lately? Oh, that's a different show. But I love talking about the movies that I watch.
I saw something.
I
saw Zombieland 2, and I didn't get a chance to look up when the first one came out, but I remember it coming out like a long time ago, like 10 years ago, and I love zombie movies. So on your birthday, I treated myself to a Zombieland movie, and it had Woody Harrelson in it, and it was just phenomenal. And then
it was great.
Bill Murray made a appearance there at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, he did his little cameo. He closed it out. It was as good, exactly as good, and it was almost just like Zombieland just continued. It was just as good, just as
It never happens that good, too. That was a wonderful connection, even though it was 10 years apart. I really think the second one was just as good as the first one, and that hardly ever happened. So I was pleased.
Yeah, they had some cool additions to it. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out, and let's go ahead and grab some more callers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who's been waiting the longest? That person. Who's been waiting the shortest? That person. Let's take the longest person. 267 area code. 267. What's your name?
Hi.
What's your question or comment? Hi.
Thank you, everyone, for taking my call. My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yes, hi. Thank you. My question is surrounding work and if I will indeed get my benefits. I don't know if my boss will contest them.
Let's take a look here. And while we're pulling up some information and Mandy's looking at her cards, I'm going to go into your adrenals. It's been weighing heavy on your mind, kind of like the last caller, a little bit of stress and anxiety. While you're here and we're taking a look at the energy and we have you for 5 minutes, I'm just going to start with clearing the space because, again, it looks like the worry has been weighing heavy. And, of course, it's a natural inclination as a human. So I'm just sweeping all at the same time, all your chakras. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the benefits. So it looks like they're being pretty wordy, but they're saying if we are reading the energy correctly, it looks like he's probably trying to get out of this in some fashion just because of whatever, vindictive or financial reasons. But it looks like he's not wanting to. So anything he can do to not, and I'm not getting tons of details here, but, you know, whatever he's doing to not follow through with that is pretty full time. They're saying that he really is just, again, trying to stop that with all of his intentions. So we can't tell you that it looks real good from this angle, but I'm going to hand you over to Mandy to see if she sees anything in the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the 7 of Cups showing that, you know, you could get it. And then the Pan card, which is kind of like the Devil card, showing like just there's some ego at play. And then the High Priestess. What makes you feel like he's not going to give you the benefits? Because something's showing me like he's bound and he's supposed to.
Well, I filed for them and I got the benefit card, so I thought I was in the clear, but apparently he can still contest it even though I have the card and I file for it. He's a bastard. Excuse my language. He's just not a nice person.
Yeah, that makes
true.
sense. That's why I got this Devil card, but then it shows you as the High Priestess really standing in your power, and it's going to work out okay. He can only do so much. Are you also looking for a different job? Because you pulled the 2 of Wands followed by the 3 of Pentacles, which is like maybe thinking about a new position and maybe starting a new financial foundation. Have you applied elsewhere recently?
As far as applying, I won't be doing that till I get the benefits. I'll have to, put through resumes. I have breadcrumbs in the same field, working in restaurants, breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
I'm
because I'm
sorry?
seeing an opportunity coming. I'm seeing a new opportunity coming your way that you might be interested in taking. So, like, keep your feelers out there. Definitely, keep going with getting your benefits now. But a new opportunity may end up coming your way, and you may want to consider that over the next couple of months. And then they're just showing you being protected in the benefit space. So don't worry too much about that.
Can you please tell me, I hate to take up time, can you please tell me how I will obtain that job that looks good to me?
Actually, for me, they're showing word of mouth, more networking. Like you might be talking with someone about it and they might be like, oh, they're hiring here, or someone might like approach you. It's looking very word of mouth and networking. Do you have like friends in the industry in other places?
Well, yes. So we are still thinking food?
Possibly. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell. It looks very nurturing, so it could be like a caregiving type thing too. But it's looking. They're also just showing. They're just showing me the networking and the word of mouth, and that you're gonna like be approached about it.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
If you're wanting to get out of that industry, if you're wanting, and this is for anyone listening, if you're wanting to shift industries or what you're doing, set that intention, and start saying affirmations like, oh, I released my restaurant work. It was great. It served me. And now I'm introducing, an example would be now I want to do more like home health care or administrative assistant. And I'm a wonderful administrative assistant, and start co-creating with the energies right now, because we've got the full moon coming up and we can release the identities and things that are no longer serving us or we don't want to have anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want those jobs because I've never had them, so there's a lot of fear. And I know it's bad to be that way, but that's why you feel the adrenals going nuts. But I love being in the food industry, and I love serving people, and I'm well compensated for it. I'm just shell-shocked dealing with the assholes that I work with. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something in the same industry, but something a different place. And I think it's going to network and approach, and you're going to feel really safe in that decision. It's going to be okay. But yeah, this one that you're dealing with now isn't in the most alignment for you. And you know that. It'll all work out. You just got to kind of stand your ground right now, then keep your ears and eyes open for another opportunity, and put it out there. Be like, wow, this restaurant seems really great. Let me go put it out in an application or talk to someone who works there. But it looks very much like you telling your skills is going to get you this job.
There you go. There you go, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, everyone.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You.
All right.
Good luck.
Stand your ground. Yeah. So let me ask you ladies this before we grab this next caller. What do, in your personal experiences, I just like to kind of break it up so it's not like so bang, 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 bang. Is that stressful on you when it's just bang, bang, bang? When you get client after client after client, does that kind of wear at you? Do you got to stop and drink water?
No, it's fine. I mean, it's like any other job. If I'm already emotionally exhausted or physically or psychologically exhausted and I do that, then yeah, I'm more affected. But normally, no. And it's a tolerance you build up, just like any other tolerance. How do people build houses 50 hours a week? I don't know. That's a lot of work. They must build up to it and get the muscles.
Yeah.
And for me, like a lot of times everybody's like, oh, are you so drained after you give a reading? Like a lot of times I feel more like in alignment or high or like giddy and like have higher energy because I'm like connecting and tuning in. So for me, it kind of increases my energy. And then if I do like a lot of readings throughout the day at nighttime, I might, be a little more tired. But just like Jennie said, it's just like any other work. If I was working at a restaurant and got like a bazillion tables and slammed, I'd be more tired that night. Kind of the same thing.
Does the energy of the client have any effect on the wear and tear? Like if you get more people that are just really stressed, does that affect you more or does it not even matter?
I think for me personally, I'll let Jennie speak for herself, but for me personally, at first it did a little, but then once I put some more shielding around and protected my energy and didn't jump in and try to help, I tried, or alleviate pain or, try to help in that sense. And I tried to just maybe aid or give, tools or resources or clear energy. For me, I feel really kind of protected from that and it kind of bounces off now. So it doesn't drain me like it would have when I first started out. And that's a problem a lot of healers have often is, taking the energy. But even when we're done this show, like I'll light a little sage, I'll take a little twirl, and I'll take some deep breaths, and I'll clear it. And often after I do readings, I even forget about them. I often am like, I just completely disassociate with it, and it was only there at that present time. So
did you say take a twirl? Did you say
a twirl in my sage? Yeah.
Oh.
I light a little sage and take a little twirl and let it clear my energy.
What about you, Jennie? It does. I mean, because you guys are just really good and you're very experienced, so it's not as much of a factor. But is it a factor? If the energy of the client is high, really, really low, or really, really high, does that impact you very much?
No, but it brings about my discernment skills. So, for example, and this is one of the only examples I really have, if I have a client that is really not interested in doing the work to move forward and wants me just to hear their problems, I'll then relay them to another healer who is more apt to kind of do that. But this is what I've manifested over my 20,000 healings and 17 years of personal or private practice is I've started to manifest, and I've done this in my private and personal life too, manifest exceptionally high energy clients. So 90% of my clients are impressive individuals who it's a pleasure working with them. Then I have, and they bounce back and forth. They have shit come up and they have heavy stuff, but they're productive and they're movement oriented. That is what that I appreciate and I can work in all day long. Now that's when I say, okay, 10% or 20% of my clientele can then be a challenge, my challenge clients, which would then be me pushing past my ego and being more patient and, again, having limitations. I'll work with them for a year. If they're not making any movements and very, very, very much in the victim space, I have to hand them over to someone who's got gentler hands and is expecting different things in a healing session. And, again, that's my ego, but we only have that to go on. We're filtering universal energy through our own personal egos, and that's just the story of it. That's just how it goes. So the idea is to get the ego small, but yet have good boundaries of what you want to do and what your intentions are and what you want.
Get the heart over ego, and that's our radio network. Just saying. I'm so glad you guys said that because, like me, I'm a delicate flower, and sometimes I feel like I need to open an umbrella over here because it feels like it's just raining on me, and I'm just listening. So, but sometimes it feels like the bright sun, and I got to put my sunglasses on. So I'm real sensitive to it, but I guess the more I'm in this space, the better I'll get. That's the ideal. So, yeah, I'm over here drinking water and breathing and standing up and sitting down. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what it is. It's just me. But,
one time when Heidi Goodrich was on and she was having us do some repeat prayers, and she did 2 in a row, and Drew was like, "Oh man, I'm sweating." She was all worked up. And Heidi's a trainer as well. She's a personal trainer as well as a Akashic record reader, and she's like, "Well, Jesus," it was just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just super sensitive, but that's Scorpio.
Water sign.
Before you go into these shows, Drew, do you do any shielding? I'm always telling you, I do this for myself, and I encourage my clients, like, if you're going to go into Walmart or the grocery store and come across a ton of energies, or if you're going to hold soul space as a healer with someone or invite people on your show, you can ask your angels to surround you in some white and blue light and protect you and shield you. Or you can do those things where you take some breaths and release that energy that's coming. I'm a huge fan of that breathing thing.
I should do that. I'm just like the bungee jumper of the show. I just jump off the edge. Let's see what happens. But I know I'm in good hands. I know it's all going to be okay in the end. I'm just that guy that just runs out there like, you don't have to do it like that, Drew. Oh, I don't? Okay. So I'll breathe. I'll breathe before the shows. But I got a feeling that every one of these next callers is just going to be so high and positive and good. I like that last caller. It was, if she felt really real and she felt optimistic and just real. And it wasn't like doomed and defeated and so much worry. That worry stuff kind of rubs on me.
Yep, and that's just your trigger, and to see that you need a little extra boundaries around that as well as protection. So, yes, It's very natural. The worry, it kind of, well, for example, I have some levels of ADD, which is good because I can think of a lot of things at once, but it's also high energy. So I'm kind of sometimes on edge. And if I'm around a lot of anxious or high strung people, it will just trip me out. Like I will go off the side and I'm just like, it's like, Mayday, Mayday, like it's too much. It's like I'm already pushing my maximum right then on emotion around anxiety. And then if I'm around the energy too much, it will trip me over. And I've been practicing this since I've been 8, as far as being aware of energies and past lives and stuff. It's tricky. That's why we come back so many times. So funny when people are like, do you really believe in that reincarnation? I'm like, do you really believe we could get here once and not come back again? Like, that's crazy.
I took my grandmother there to church this morning, and they were talking about it, and I was really excited because the pastor was like, everybody's entitled to their own belief, and even I'm like thinking outside the box now, and it was really cool to like listen to that perspective this morning, and I just thought that was neat to comment on because it just seems to be in the air today.
Good.
That's what's that called when it's, what is it? Synchronicity? Serendipity? Some of those. One of those. It's one of those. If a caller, if you are an English major and you or have a dictionary and you know the right answer, you win a prize. Let's grab another caller. It's 4:00 right now on the East Coast. That means it's 3 Central, 2 where Jennie is, and that's Mountain, and 1 Pacific. And I'm saying that because we have 30 minutes left. Tons and tons of callers. This is Heart Over Ego Radio Network. We're the Everyday Psychic Show here on Sundays, every Sunday at the same time. Please follow us and like us on social media, Facebook. Check out our YouTube channel. Go visit our webpage, everydaypsychicradio.com. And we appreciate you. So as we advertise, our tagline is Psychics for Everyday People Just Like You. And we do free readings. You get 5 minutes with us being Jennie McDaniel and Mandy Elam. And I said that we were going to give contact information. So can we take a moment and give the listeners the directions on how to contact you guys in case they have some personal things they want to talk about? I want to have private sessions with you.
Sure. Go ahead, Mandy.
Definitely. You can contact us on Facebook, / The Alchemy Sisters. We also have a website, alchemyascensionacademy.com. You can directly Facebook message me, Mandy Elam, Mandeeelam, lots of E's, or email us at alchemyascensionacademy.com.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll make sure that I have all that information available to you at the click of a button on everydaypsychicradio.com. I'll go ahead and edit that right now. And how about you, Jennie?
The Alchemy Sisters on Facebook and Heart Over Ego Radio on Facebook. We have a nice little sponsored ad going, building up that. So go over there and like and share that. It'll keep you updated with all of our shows. This is just one of the shows. This is the Sunday show, Everyday Psychic Radio, a 90-minute show where we take your calls. And if you want to get to the top of the line, go to our website, donate some money. You'll skip through first in line when we go back to doing calls. But then on Tuesdays, Mandy is on with Crystal, the Midnight Medium, and they have a show called Radical Spirituality. Mandy, what time is that one?
That one's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you like our show, you'll love that show. Not saying it's better, but saying it's great. But any show that I'm on is automatically the best because I'm a Scorpio, and you need to know this.
Small egos. That's what
I know, yeah. Small egos. Big muscles. No. So let's go ahead and grab a few more callers because we have quite a few. And let's get them whittled down. Let's see, this one. Oh, hey, I like this area code. Let's try this one. And I get, it's not a big thing. It's not like I'm skipping people. It's just a random process. So if you've been on hold for a long time, a lot of people have. And that's why we created the VIP package. So you can say, you know what, I'm tired of waiting. Push that button, boom, and you're at the front of the line because, some people know they're VIPs, and I think you know that too. So let's take this caller from the 312 area code because I used to live there. 312,
oh, perfect.
What's your name? And where are you calling from, and what's your question and all that stuff?
Hi, my name's Karen. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hey, Chicago.
Thank you for taking my call. My question today is, I'm wondering if you see any new opportunities career-wise coming up for me. Sent some feelers out there, and I'm just kind of wondering what you see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a look while Mandy's getting her cards ready. Yeah, well, it looks like you're doing all the things that are required to land that job. Let's take a look and see if they can give us some more detailed information. They're doing 1-2, and they're not giving me anything beyond that, so they're going 1-2, and that could be 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 months. So what that in short says is soon. So yes, it looks like the feelers that you put out, 1 or 2 will hit. You'll at least get 1 call back, but they're saying they're saying still keep the eye out just in case something better pops up. And while you're in this process of flipping jobs, because they're saying there's more than, they're showing like maybe 3 other pieces or places or situations, 1 to 3 other places, situations where there's other opportunities. So they're saying it does look good to get a call back on one of these few that you put out, but that shouldn't stop you because it looks like there's other situations that I don't know what you like. So you would then get the opportunity to see what they have to offer for work and maybe be able to make a choice, which feels good. Let's see what Mandy says.
Mandy. Did we lose Mandy? Hold on.
I was on mute. I forgot. I was on mute and I was shuffling my cards.
Okay.
I have a question to our caller, actually. Are you thinking about changing careers or studying something new?
Going back to my old career. It was in communications. So maybe going back.
Okay, because I'm seeing a shift with that, and then the angels, I pulled an angel card about studying and learning, and so I think that there's good opportunities there for you, and you'd have to brush up on some skills and whatnot, but they're showing that leading you to the Queen of Pentacles and making some more money. So I am seeing a big shift, just like Jennie is. I'm seeing more money coming your way, but I'm also seeing you relearn and fall back on some of the old skills in your back pocket.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I'd probably update my skills.
Yeah, just
Thank
make sure you brush up on those skills. If you need to take a little course or do a little studying, that's going to help a lot. Just brush up and it'll come right back to you.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, Karen, from Chicago. And, so if you're in the queue, if you've called in to listen to our show, we definitely appreciate you. The rule of the game is that if you don't press the number 1, we won't choose you. If you do want to interact with the ladies today, you press the number 1. That'll turn on the light bulb, and we'll see that you are interested. So if you haven't pressed the number 1, we won't call on you. But if you do press the number 1, we will call on you. And even if we call on you, still may not get through, though, because it's a lot of people. We got to feel your energy. You got to really set the intention, like pick me. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got my feelers up. Let's take this caller right here, 717 area code, 717. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Quinn. Can you hear me? Hey, I'm from Pennsylvania. Hey, Jennie.
Hey, Quinn. This is my friend. And she, I was wondering if she was going to call in today. Thanks for calling in. Over a little energy work, she gave me some great ideas for our Instagram page today. And again, networking is not my strong point, so I always appreciate all the help I can get. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did bring up about all your Facebook pages, but you did not talk about your Instagram page, which we don't have one yet, but we're getting one. So.
It's on its way. Quinn's going to help me. So, Quinn, do you have a question?
Hi. Sorry, my tire pressure's going off. Not really. I was just calling to say hi. I
cool.
always have
do you want
questions.
me to do a little energy?
Yeah, I always just kind of, I have a lot going on in my life right now, so I always just like to chat. So, I've been trying to find. it's kind of been the theme of the day, it seems like, with all the callers, but I've been trying to find a new job, and so it's just not going like I want to. But I also have a lot of stuff that I need. Everything's up in the air, and I'm just waiting for it to start to level back out again.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is. It's just chaotic for everyone, either personally, business, spiritually, all of the above. The planet is just nuts right now, so I'm feeling all of your pain. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start neutralizing the energy and just go ahead and ask the spirit guides to come forward, and then we'll hand it to Mandy to have her take a look at the cards too. 2 angles, 1 call. So yes, and what they're showing is a washcloth going through one of those old-fashioned squeezers that squeeze all the water out. So what they're doing is they're saying this is her showing up in what we would consider most definitely one of her more difficult shifts. So it doesn't mean you're not going to have difficulty in the future, but this is going to be a heavy one. And I know a little bit more personally what's going on with Quinn, but what they're saying is this is the time where you're going to be squeezed and moved, but this is what the result will be. They're saying you being a lot more flexible in life, than that giving you a lot more ease and grace that will last so much longer than what this squeezing is doing to you now. Again, temporary. So what they're saying is about the job, what they said right away when you mentioned job, because this isn't what we haven't talked about this in a while. What they're saying is expand the search. So again, that flexibility, they're saying, yes, go ahead and apply at nice dining establishments, which I'm pretty sure you're still bartending at that point. They're saying continue kind of keeping the eye in that space, but they're also saying open up some other branches that may bring in more options. But what they're saying is you hit the nail on the head when you're like, well, everything's just crazy right now. So they're saying it's kind of like the universe's, way of saying, it is all crazy, and if we offer you a new job right now, it'll probably flip you over the edge. So they're saying kind of take it in stride, but keep the eye open, and they're saying something will fall in. But open up the search. You're better at a lot more things than just a couple. So they're saying open up the search a bit, and that will have a few more things popping up. Mandy, are you getting anything?
I am. Hi, Quinn. I'm so excited and honored you're going to be helping us with Instagram, because that's really exciting. So first of all, thank you. Then second of all, I pulled a few angel cards from you, and the first one indicated, yes, change and transition. That is your first one, followed by don't hate, meditate. Your current position is sometimes really taking your energy from you, and it's really important to take a few breaths and be like, all right, I am releasing this, I am changing, and it's not doing me any services to allow them to control my energy right now. So when you do get really upset about things or things get really frustrating, try to take a few breaths, go over some things you are grateful for, and then say some positive affirmations, because I did pull some tarot cards for you too, and the first one's the Magician, which means you've got all the power to co-create in the next position that you want and to find something more in alignment, because you also pulled the Ace of Wands. Looks like there might be a little bit of heartache, a little bit of maybe some things at your current position that might really hurt your ego a little, or some swords being thrown, and they're saying, that might hurt a little, but it's okay. You're going to bounce right back out of that. And you got another angel card that says to clear your vibes. So really important if you need to just meditate or ground or throw a dance party for yourself in the kitchen and shake it out. If you can light a little sage or work with crystals, that's going to help a lot through all of this. And then, the star card. So really dream about what it is you want to call in for this next chapter. It will be a stepping stone. It will be something that will serve you into the next thing, not the end all be all, but will be much more in alignment with what you need. And do your best to not give away your energy to those who are actively trying to take it.
Good advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was she was reading out for me.
Right. Well, I am a fellow Scorpio, so
we're outnumbered, Mandy. Yeah. We've got 2 Scorpios on the line.
I love them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay,
I
Quinn,
got
we
it in
appreciate
check
you.
most of the time.
Was it?
Well, thank you guys.
Is it Quinn?
Yep, it's Quinn.
Okay, appreciate you, Quinn.
Thanks, Quinn.
Thank
What's
you.
the
See ya. Have a good day.
You too.
What's the chances of all these callers that I would pick somebody you know? See,
clearly you're a telepath. clearly see. I was saying my friend Quinn might call in my head over and over again between readings, and you picked up on it. And we got to take this show to Vegas. Drew, drop everything. We're done here today. We're going to Vegas. We got a gig. Mandy, you can drive us. We'll pay you good money. Pay in weed and money.
Chronicles.
I love it.
Don't hate meditation.
Jennie and Alchemy and I, the Alchemy sisters, love trade. So anybody out there, we're always looking for trade options too.
Great. So let's try this again. Who wants to go next? Let's see. Man, so many to choose from. So somebody's really got to be pushing it hard. Let's see. I don't know why, but let's go with this one. 973. 973. What's your name? What's your question or comment?
Hi, my name is Tina. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Tina from New
Hi
Jersey.
There.
I'm in Jersey.
Hey, you're really perceptive. I said I love you all, and you picked my number. Thank you.
More telepathy.
Telepathy, right? Yes, I would like to ask about my relationship with my boyfriend Trey. Thank you.
Okay. Anything in particular?
Just for the spirit has for us.
Can you repeat that one more time? Just what? How it's going?
Yeah, whatever spirit has for us. Thank you.
All right. I'm pulling a few cards for you, and I don't know. Do you guys live together already, or are you thinking about living together?
Thinking about it, yes. Yes.
Yeah. They're showing the Page of Cups, really thinking about, taking the next step. That can be within our own love, our romantic relationship, stepping forward. The Ace of Pentacles, breaking some new ground together. The Four of Pentacles, thinking about moving, followed by the World. They're showing there is just a little bit of work to be done in order to build trust. You guys have both been through your fair share of ups and downs, and it's really important to make this decision out of a place of love and excitement as opposed to necessity or scarcity, and have some really nice conversations around it. And when you do, if and when you do choose to move in together, set some nice intentions on what you want the energy of that home and that new chapter for you guys to bring in. But I am seeing an opportunity for both of you to grow a little closer trust-wise, and that happens through conversation and talking to one another. And then, a nice possibility of breaking some new ground and starting a new chapter in a home together.
All right. Positive and good. Good and positive. We appreciate you, Tina, and we definitely appreciate all that positive, high energy. She seems so excited and happy, and that helps me a lot. So thank you for that. We've been having some scratchy connections. Let's see if we can set the intention on having some clear connection for this next caller. We have 13 minutes left. Are you ladies holding up okay? Do we need to take a water break?
I'm good. You good, Mandy?
I'm good.
Okay, I don't have water, but I have something that I use to calm my nerves. So let me let you guys pick. We have 9, 5, 4, 3, 7, and 2, and 8. So basically, we have all the numbers except 1 and 0. Can Mandy? Can you pick a number? And I'll
between 1 and 0.
Between 2 and 9.
2 and 9.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, we're gonna go with this caller from the 347 area code. 347. What's your name? Question or comment? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. No.
I think we got a bad connection.
No, but what I'm gonna do is
Mercury.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey,
Hi
what's your name?
My name is Aaliyah.
Hi, Aaliyah. How can we support you?
Well, I had this dream last night by someone who passed. And I know that they say, like, when you have a dream by someone who passed, it's usually a message. So I wanted to know, like, what the message is.
Well, this particular visitation, and this is the thing with dreams, Yes, it's a way and a space where our loved ones can come visit with us, but very rarely, and they can be like a big genre idea, but very rarely is there a specific message like turn down the oven or you left the door open. It's very, very rarely like that detailed, because what happens is when our loved ones go to the non-physical, they don't have any human attributes. They don't have bodies. They don't have worries and stresses. They have just knowing that we are learning, and that's good enough. So what they're saying for this particular visitation is not so much a specific sentence, even though if you want to meditate on it and have something come forward to you and use that, that's helpful or what have you, but that's a personal journey. What the big picture I'm seeing here is the entity is stepping forward and saying things like, well, she's intuitive. She's got psychic abilities, and her conscious mind and subconscious mind was allowed for me to connect with her. So again, now I have this entity on the line, and they're having no specific messages except they want you to know that they're in the non-physical and a little bit more about what that feels like. They're saying that the frequency is outstanding. There is no thing physical. It's all emotions and frequencies, and the awareness is inconceivable. So they just wanted to let you know they're okay, which is, again, I've been doing this work for 17 years. That's generally the consensus, is they want you to know that they're okay, and that don't stop living life to try to hash out a message that doesn't exist. It's more of a overall hello. And if you want to carry on that connection with your deceased family member or loved one, then that is a personal relationship that you can build. I suggest this to anyone if they miss a loved one or want to connect. And that just takes time to learn how to translate energy, universal energies, into words, which is what a channel is. It's very fun to do, but it just takes practice. Again, I'm 41 and I've been psychic since I've been 8. So it just, again, takes time. So if you want to build that with that loved one, you can, or just know that they're fine, everything's exceptional. And when you think about that particular loved one, that's them just coming in and saying hello. And if you think about them, see, this is the power of the mind. This is why it's so important to understand the power of thoughts and thinking, is because just when you think about that loved one, you are summoning them. You are asking them to come visit you. So we appreciate you for calling. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Aaliyah. Thank you. That was shocking, the part where you said you're 44. But the rest of it was beautiful.
41.
41.
Oh, okay. First I thought you said 72. Shoo.
89.
I did pull one card for Leah too, and it was spiritual gifts. So it echoed what Jennie was saying, in that, you know, it was an initiation of how intuitive she is in her spiritual gifts, and that she's just very loved and held by the spirit world. And when she's ready to start connecting with that, same for our listeners. You know, a lot of times when we have dreams of loved ones and things like that, it's an opportunity for us to start diving into our own spiritual gifts. So I appreciated that caller and that question.
That was awesome. That was an amazing added bonus. And I'm glad that she stayed on the line to hear that. Yeah. And I was educated on that, because I thought, you know, like, can't I just do my ancestors ever just like pop in my dreams to try to tell me, hey, don't date that girl? Or is it like just saying hi, and if I want to be able to establish some type of a relationship with them where they can tell me stuff like that, I can do the work to do that? Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's just when you drop your body and you go back to the non-physical or heaven, you don't have expectations even remotely that look human. You are all-knowing and all-understanding. So your ancestor could give you hints and ideas. Good luck discerning them, because they usually are symbols. And again, that's a whole study of lifetimes and figuring that out. But it's often more of a big block understanding. Like that one girl working with her spirituality, it's more of that as opposed to a specific message, simply because their egos don't have enough ego to decipher what they think you should do. They just don't do it. It's like a very heartful healer will hold space for someone's choices and not push and force, but only hold space. Well, that's a loving spirit or entity, but times 100,000. So they're not going to pull you out of alignment with learning a lesson, good, bad, or ugly, because your higher self wants that.
Yeah, because there's lessons in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And I'll tell you what else makes sense is that we have 6 minutes to go, and we have at least 6 people trying to get on. And if we could do the 1-minute fast food thing, we really would, but we can't, so we won't. So let's go ahead and pick one last caller. Let's put all the pressure on Jennie, since she's equipped to deal with it.
Let's take
not
a
even
look.
pressure for you, is it? Oh, you're looking at it, so.
No, I'm not looking at it. I wasn't sure if I should sign in because I don't want to mess up our flow, our broadcast today.
Okay.
But no, I'm just taking a look energetically. And is there an 8?
There's an 8, and there's 2 8s, and they're actually in the same area code.
No
Go
kidding.
figure. So we're going to have to, between the 8s, you get to choose between 4 and 7. What would be your next number?
Let's go with a solid number 4.
Caller from the area code 856. You'll be our last caller for today. But other listeners, please remember that you can catch us every Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern time, and whatever your respective time zone is. And you can also visit everydaypsychicradio.com during our show. Click the VIP button, and that will tell us that you want to be next right now. No more waiting, just for you. So let's get this call out of the way. Let's see what we have here. 856, what's your name, question or comment?
Rosemaria. About a relationship, committed one, hopefully marriage anytime soon, or whatever you got that's coming up.
Well, they're saying it's very natural for the human ego to want to know about that, but what we're going to go ahead is pan it back and take a look at what the higher self is interested in doing here. And so then we'll hand it over to Mandy in a moment here too, but this is what they're saying. They're saying that your highest self is very, 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 very interested in breaking down energies around what I would consider insecurities and codependencies and scarcity. So what they're having me have you do with your beautiful, strong mind, and everybody listening and on the line with me can go ahead and take a look at Rosemaria's solar plexus, center of the stomach, yellow spinning wheel of light. They're showing it being too small. I'm going to go ahead and open it up so I can take a better look, and I'm spinning it. And now what I see are things flying out. So they're showing parallel lives where you were in relationships that you were not held in a respect space. They're saying that, and this is just time and place, they're saying look back 500 years and see how women were treated, and this is kind of an idea of some of the experiences you've had. So this is telling me that you have a pattern that you'd like to break, which is dating men who are not your equal. Now, this is easier said than done, but what they're suggesting is doing a lot of solar plexus work and doing a lot of internal work and doing a lot of reflecting and moving past patterns and fears and anxieties, because this is going to lighten the load and give you freedom from these stresses and also open the door significantly for bringing in a higher frequency partner than you've ever experienced before. Mandy, are you getting anything?
I am. My first angel card I pulled is Archangel Sandalphon, which is the miracle of prayer, and they're saying they hear your prayers, they know you want a partner, but they're picking and choosing, and they're waiting for someone, just like Jennie said, that's going to match more of the frequency that you've been working on. And you've been working on healing and growing and changing, and you're looking to invite in a different caliber of partner than you had in the past. They're showing the Page of Wands, really looking forward to that new relationship at some point, and the Four of Cups, thinking about it. But it's going to take some inner work before it comes. Really important, too, to honor your feelings. And if you haven't done this, or if our listeners haven't done it, it's really nice to write down a list of all the things we want to call in a future partner. And we've got the full moon coming up on Tuesday, so that can be a list of things you want to release from past relationships. Like, you know, I'd like to release bad communication. I'd like to invite in someone who can connect with me and understand what I'm talking about, those types of things. So they're showing you you being able to put a little bit of this power in your hands by continuing to do the work and know that, the angels and your higher self and the universe are being very selective of what energies they invite in at this time. I do think a partnership's coming, not right at this moment, but it is in the future, and it's going to be something different than you've experienced before.
Beautiful. Good things to look forward to.
Beautiful. We appreciate you, Maria.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you. And I want to say that full moon on Tuesday is going to be a powerful one, and it happens to land on the day that Spirit Woke podcast is released. And Mandy and I did this a little bit backward, a couple months back. We recorded with Adam Dintz at Spirit Woke, and we did some interviewing, and it was fun, and we went into some deep philosophical quantum understandings. He's got a talent of bringing you way out when you go on your quest with him. So check that out, Spirit Woke podcast, and look for it on Tuesday. It'll be released. I think you'll get down with what we went into.
Get down. And so, that's even another good reason to go ahead and visit your app store, or whatever they call it, and download a podcasting app, just whichever one you like, and type in Heart Over Ego Radio, so you can stay up to date on all our shows, and type in Spirit Woke Podcast. Mm-hmm. And you can check out that interview on next Tuesday, the full moon. Oh, so I just wanted to say that what Mandy said, and I'm not a psychic or anything like that, but what Mandy said about writing the list of what you're looking for, I don't know how you put it, but that was something that was super pivotal, and it really had a huge impact on changing the direction of my life. Because how do you know if you found what you're looking for if you don't even know exactly what you're looking for? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then after I wrote my list, somebody said, I was like, hey, check out my list. He was like, no, that's for you. You check that out. And more importantly, all those things that you're looking for, you make sure you be that. So because you attract what you are. So it helped me have some direction, and my life is awesome. I'm getting married next year. I might get married twice. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm getting married next year. Finally. 6 years together. We're going to do it. So, yeah.
Is Jennie going to come and do the service? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be so fun.
We might go there. We might go to Jennie.
That would be awesome.
I'll be a witness.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple months to plan it, but you guys have 7 days to get ready, because we'll be back next Sunday. Don't forget to check out our shows throughout the week. We're Heart Over Ego Radio, Jennie McDaniel, Mandy Elam. I'm Drew Pillow, and we are out of here. Don't forget to visit our website, everydaypsychicradio.com, and look into our VIP readings. And also like our Everyday Psychic Radio page on Facebook. This is a Heart Over Ego production. I'm Drew Pillow. On behalf of Jennie McDaniel and Stacie Martin, have a great week, guys. We'll see you next time.